What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports. I'm Mitchell Renz. That's Harrison Graham. And we've had over 3,000 new subscribers this week. So shout out to everyone that's subscribed. If you are new to the show, we are a live and interactive YouTube channel that goes live all the time. So make sure you turn on those notifications so every single time that we get that noti, then we go live, you'll be here. All right, let's get right in now to the news. We got Todd Gurley finally signed with the Atlanta Falcons. We were going to make a video and decided to ditch it because he made his decision quick.
Yeah, you say finally. I wish it was finally because that means I would have had time to make my top 5 destinations for Todd Gurley, but he wasted no time. Obviously, the Rams cut him yesterday. The Falcons signed him to that 1-year, $5 million deal to replace Devonta Freeman, who got cut earlier this week. Look, Todd Gurley, a little bit diminished, but $5 million on 1 year, that's certainly a gamble worth taking, I would say, for the former University of Georgia product. You got that local connection as well.
I mean, when you look at what Devonta Freeman brought to this offense, when fully healthy, you could definitely tell it helped out. Now, I think Devonta Freeman missed Tevin Coleman a little bit, but you go out and you do upgrade at the running back position with Todd Gurley, who, as you noted, did play for Georgia, so I kind of like the connection there. So we want you guys to grade the move. We told you, for everyone who is new to the channel, this is what we do. It's a two-way conversation, so make sure you're interactive in the comments below. A, B, C, D, or F. What would you grade the Falcons signing a Gurley, 1 year, $5 million?
I think it's like a B plus, A minus. I mean, it's a low risk, potentially high reward. Look, last year he wasn't the same guy. Looked a step slower to me, but we know when he's fully healthy that he's a dynamic player. Will he be fully healthy again? I don't know. Can he be 90% of Todd Gurley? If so, that's a major, major upgrade from Devonta Freeman, who, you talk about knees who are really shot. I'm not sure we'll ever see Devonta Freeman play at a high level again. So I think it's a B plus, A minus signing. I like this deal for Gurley.
Continue to get your grades in here. I see Bosco Gamer says B, Winston Shan C, and then TD Sports Guard's going to go A. Continue to get those votes in while we take you through the new Falcons running back depth chart. And when I saw it was just Ito Smith and Brian Hill, I was like, okay, I do anticipate the Falcons to make a move. But I'll be honest, up until 24 hours ago, I really didn't think that this was going to be possible. And then, once you know it, this morning it drops. Gurley on his way to ATL.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when Gurley gets cut, that changes things. Teams get interested. I'm sure there were other teams interested, but Atlanta jumped on it. Ito Smith, not a true number 1 running back, good rotation piece, but you bring in Todd Gurley, who's, a couple of years ago was an MVP candidate. Now, I don't think you're going to get that, but if he can at least be a significant upgrade from Devonta Freeman, which even last year when Gurley didn't play that well, I still think he was better than Freeman overall, especially running the football. If he can get back to close to what he was in 2018.
I mean, that's tough. I mean, 2018 he had 17 touchdowns. I think the way that Todd Gurley makes the biggest impact on this team is being able to catch the football just a little bit better. I know last season from a PFF grade standpoint was actually his worst receiving season in terms of since he's come into the league, but I mean, you're looking at a player who's going to be able to find the end zone, and I think that's really important for this Atlanta Falcons team. So everyone who's watching right now, I want you to pick a running back, Todd Gurley or Devonta Freeman. So if you're going to go with Freeman, type F. If you're going to go with Todd Gurley, type G. I do want you to consider what it potentially might cost, and then longevity, and then, heck, you got to talk about injuries with both of these running backs. So G or F, Harrison, who are you going with?
I'm going with Gurley. I just think Freeman's more banged up at this point, and I think Pete Gurley is better than Freeman.
I have not seen an F yet in the comments for those of you watching live.
1 year, $5 million too. I mean, that's a good deal even for a guy who might be on the decline a little bit.
Yeah, I think everyone here watching is G. Oh, Tej just said he's going to go with Devonta Freeman. So the reason why I'm going to go with Todd Gurley is not so much you're not going to get 2018, 2017 production.
No.
I think Todd Gurley at least gives you the ability to find the end zone. I mean, that's something that he's been able to do since he first came into the league when he was dealing with Jeff Fisher. Poor man dealing with Jeff Fisher.
Can he be a 1,000-yard guy? Can he be 4 yards a carry and 1,000 yards? I mean, I think that's hopefully what you're trying to get some receiving production as well. The thing about Gurley is he gets into the end zone. Like even last year, he ran for 12 touchdowns, caught a couple of more. So he gets into the end zone, which is something Devonta Freeman did not do a good enough job of last year, which is part of the reason they moved on from him. But I like this deal. I'm curious to see where Atlanta fits in the NFC South next year because Tampa Bay's got a new quarterback that we're going to talk about in a minute. But I think it's a low risk with potentially a pretty high reward for Todd Gurley.
So last season, Todd Gurley had 857 rushing yards. So we're going to play a game. How many rushing yards for Gurley in 2020? So 857. What's your prediction?
I'll go more. I'm not going to give an exact number, but I'll take the over on 857. I think he's got a chance to be a 1,000-yard guy again. I really do.
I mean, if he can play 14 games, I do think that he'll come out as 1,000 yards. I think actually this Rams team tried to slow him down because honestly, I think that they thought they were better than what they were. I mean, you go to the Super Bowl, then he has all these rumors about the knee tendonitis, and I think, oh, maybe if we just rest him up, get him into the playoffs, we'll be good. And I think that's kind of what impacted his value.
I kind of wonder, too, if they felt obligated to try and make that a passing octane offense after paying Jared Goff, which was probably not probably the way he should have gone. But I'm not saying Gurley's going to be an all-pro again, but I do think he can be a productive player. I'll take over 857
Owen
yards.
Chang says 1,234.
Ooh, man.
Call Me X-Ray says 540. And then I did see somebody put in there 69, which obviously is always appreciated. So let us know how many rushing yards for Todd Gurley in 2020. So we have a social media challenge. And before we came on the show today, Harrison and I, we made a little bit of a bet. Okay? So whoever wins this gets tomorrow off. The other person, they got to come into work on Saturday. So the first person to 100 new followers wins. So I'm on Instagram at MitchellRenz365, and he's on Twitter at HGramNFL. So don't follow him, follow me.
So we each need 100 new followers. First one to get there wins. We'll continue this challenge throughout today's live show. Mitch has a little bit more of a social media presence, I would say.
A little more clout
than I do. So I need some help. Give me some love here. At HGramNFL. He's at MitchellRenz365 on Instagram.
Let's talk about Ha Ha Clinton-Dix. This one came really late. And I almost think it's funny that a player like Clinton-Dix is doing his best work at night.
That's funny. That's a good joke.
Appreciate that.
This is a good value signing. 1 year, $4 million. I actually thought he played pretty well for Chicago last year. I'm surprised the Bears didn't bring him back, considering that's the contract for him. But he heads down to Dallas. Familiarity under Mike McCarthy in Green Bay. Been a playmaker, 14 picks. Yeah, he gets burned sometimes, but he does make plays as well. He's kind of a aggressive playmaker, I would say. It bites him at times. But this is about as heavy as Dallas has gone at safety in a while, and it's still only $4 million.
I mean, I'm not trying to make another, Clinton-Dix joke, but he is more of a box safety. I mean, let's be real. He's a hard-hitting box safety. That's what you're going to get here on NFL Daily. That's what you're going to get. Follow me, at MitchellRenz365. But I do think this is a pretty good upgrade, and I think when you look at what this Cowboys team has really kind of struggled getting is a solid safety play.
Yeah.
And now this year, for the first time in a pretty long time, they have some solid safeties. It's just now their cornerbacks aren't as good.
Well, it's more they just haven't committed to having quality safeties. Like Jeff Heath, nice guy. He's a good special teamer. Great third safety. I think the Raiders, if he's your third guy, you're in good shape. Not a starting caliber guy, though. Ha Ha Clinton-Dix, he's not going to light the world on fire. He's a good starter, though. Solid player. $4 million. I think that's great value there. Had 2 picks last year, 5 pass breakups. I think this is a good move by Dallas. He was bad in 2018. I thought he bounced back last year and played pretty well for Chicago.
You think he's a pyromaniac? Is that why you don't think he's not going to light the world on fire?
You're trying too hard now.
Way too hard. So if we have any Cowboys fans out there, go subscribe to our Cowboys Report channel. You can see the link below. It's youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Shout out to Tom, who's not here today because he won the challenge yesterday, so he got today off. So go check out the channel. It's updated every single day, basically, with news, rumors, and it's over 50,000 subscribers on that channel, the #1 most watched Cowboys show. If you're a diehard Cowboys fan, again, the link is below. So Ha Ha Clinton-Dix, we have the contract details here. It was 1 year, $4 million with $2.5 million guaranteed, only age 27. This is his third team. I'll say I think the best Clinton-Dix that we've seen is in Green Bay. And if maybe you can get some of that production from what we saw in Green Bay, but considering the fact that he got 1 year, $4 million, and Jeff Heath got 2 years and $8 million, I like the Ha Ha Clinton-Dix deal a lot.
I do too. I mean, this is a great value signing, and this is something Dallas has been really good at over the years in free agency. They don't spend big. They don't overpay typically, especially when it's not their own players. They find these kind of deals that are good bargain bin value contracts, and that's what you got here. 1 year, $4 million. You compare him to his replacement, Jeff Heath. I think he's been obviously more of a playmaker. Obviously, Jeff Heath hasn't always been a starter. He's kind of made his niche as a special teams player and then came up into the ranks and started for a couple of years. I think Clinton-Dix is solid. He's not great, but I do think he's an upgrade. You'll miss Heath's special teams impact in Dallas for sure, but as far as the secondary goes, I think you've upgraded here.
I love that you just said Clinton-Dix, and he's pretty solid. But as we're saying here, Xavier Woods and then Dix there, strong safety, free safety. But this is now the issue for this Dallas Cowboys
cornerback
defense.
Unit is so bad.
It's thin to say the least. I mean, obviously you're going to really miss Byron Jones. Let's see what they do in the draft. So I know my man Tom Downey, he's going to be coming out with a mock draft. So make sure you guys tune in there. Will the Cowboys take a cornerback at 17? You guys are just going to have to wait and see.
It's not just thin. The starters are bad.
Okay.
Cheeto's not a good outside corner. Anthony Brown's been okay at times. Jordan Lewis, I like him enough as a nickel, but when he's your best, I don't know. They need one, if not two corners, in my opinion.
So how about this, okay? Rate the signing. I want you to rate the signing of scale of 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being you'll absolutely love it.
I think it's an 8. I think it's a good value signing. $4 million for 1 year. Worst case scenario, he stinks and he's gone next year. I mean, you're out $2.5 million in guaranteed. I think it's a good deal. I think he's better than Jeff Heath. I think you upgraded by paying less, and that's pretty good in the NFL.
I'm going to give it a 7 as well. Let's go now to Tom Brady because he is officially signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. So 2 years, $50 million, fully guaranteed, and he can make an additional $9 million in incentives, so 4.5 the first year, 4.5 the second year.
A lot to unpack here, Mitch, because there's a Patriot side of this that we'll get to in just a second, but also in the contract, no trade clause, can't be franchise tagged. I didn't know you could tag 43-year-olds, but apparently you could, but they made it where that is not an option down the road. Look, this is an upgrade from Jameis Winston. It's weird as hell to see Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay and play in a Buccaneers uniform, but you see the picture there. He signed the paperwork today, so he is good to go.
Where's that picture from?
Staying on the East Coast. I'm guessing it's in his kitchen somewhere.
I think that's on Instagram. And speaking of that, go follow me at Mitchell Renz 365 so I can win this challenge.
Anyway, let's take a look at the Patriots side of this after this Instagram post real quick. We'll read this for you guys. Excited, humble, and hungry. If there's one thing I have learned about football, it's that nobody cares about what you did last year or the year before that. You earn the trust and respect of those around you through your commitment every single day. I'm starting a new football journey and thankful for the Buccaneers for giving me an opportunity to do what I love to do. I look forward to meeting all my new teammates, coaches, and proving to them that they can believe and trust in me. I've always believed that well done is better than well said. I'm just not going to. The Patriots would have given him this deal, most likely. He just didn't express a desire to go back. I honestly believe. Now, I'm not saying that they'll never grab lunch or something down the road. I think Belichick and Brady wanted to split. I think it had run its course. I think Brady wanted a new challenge. I think Belichick wants to prove that he doesn't need Brady to be a good head coach because without him,
you got Jarrett Stidham.
The results are what they are. But
You're good.
I think that's a fascinating aspect of this, that New England would have been willing to do this deal, but Tom Brady just really wasn't interested in going back to the Patriots.
So you want to see something pretty dangerous? Yeah, it's this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Yeah. Minus maybe, Ronald Jones. But we'll throw him in here, okay? 4.5 men. So you got Tom Brady at quarterback now. I know he's about to be 43 years old, but he is still Tom Brady. The last time he had, we'll say, an elite wide receiver was Randy Moss, and he basically broke the NFL. You got Mike Evans, who I'll say is a top 5 wide receiver. Chris Godwin, you could also argue, is a top 5 receiver. I think you can make the argument. Then O.J. Howard, I think, is one of the most underrated tight ends. Plus, you got Cameron Brate, and sure.
Go sign Melvin Gordon.
I mean, if you go out and get a running back like Gordon, it would be interesting. The only thing about that to me would be, I know Bruce Arians didn't really want to pay for a running back, but it seems like now players want to at least come there. So how many touchdowns will Brady throw in 2020? So he threw for 24 last year, so keep that in mind, okay? 24 last year. How many touchdowns for Brady this season?
27. I think it'll be a slight uptick because I like the weapons in Tampa better. If they don't get another running back, it might be 30-plus because I don't know who's going to be running the rock for them, but I will go 27.
I'm going to go with 33, and I can promise you he's not going to throw 30 interceptions. Believe it, baby. So chatsports.com/jersey deal. Harrison and I, if you all are going to follow us on IG and Twitter, we're going to hook you up with some Nike NFL jerseys. So every jersey that you see on screen and every jersey at chatsports.com/jersey deal is under $80. So they drop the prices, normally $100, and as you can see, they are under $80. It's not just the jerseys that you see on screen. It's not just the colors. You can get any team, basically the biggest players in the NFL, and then they also have color rush ones.
Yes.
So.
Big color
you run
rush.
the Bears channel. You getting a Khalil Mack jersey?
Oh, man. We'll see. TBD. Could be in the mail already. You don't know. I might show up to work tomorrow if I lose this challenge in it. So chatsports.com/jersey deal. We'll have the link in the comments and in the description.
Let's go to an NFL trade rumor here. It's around Yannick Ngakoue, and we know that the Jags tagged Yannick, and he was, to say the least, displeased, as most Jags players at this time don't really want to be in Jacksonville. But according to Mike Garafolo, nothing is going on.
Yeah, Garafolo.
So not much of an update.
Look, this is going to be one of those awkward situations. They're not going to trade him unless they get the value they want. That's the way this appears to be going. And Ngakoue is going to be a pretty frustrated player because he feels like his time in Jacksonville is up. So we will see how this plays out long term.
See, when you think about, though, going out and getting a player like Yannick, like I know that there's still a top player right now in free agency named Jadeveon Clowney, but you also have to consider the fact that this kid right here is not even 25 years old yet. And when you think about the fact that he's had over 30 sacks in his first 4 years, I mean, it's impressive. Now, 2017, I think you can go back and look at was his best year. I'll also say it's because the Jags defense that year was really good. But if you want a young player, sure, you're probably going to have to pay him $20 million. But, I mean, he's legit, and I would definitely go out and get him. So where will Yannick play in 2020? Type J for Jags or type O for other?
I still think it's elsewhere.
I'm typing my O.
I still think he'll get moved, but the Jags, they're playing it smart. They're not going to move him for chump change. Like, they want to get a premium pick for him, so they're going to hang on as long as they can. But I think he will play in a different for a different franchise next season.
We do have a little bit of an update here on SoFi Stadium. It's only part of the news here. So California governors, if you didn't see it, he revised the stay-at-home order. This one came out, last night, I believe, pretty late last night. This is the impact on SoFi Stadium. It looks like the construction project will be excluded, so they will still be able to build.
Yeah, so LA is on lockdown, but they're gonna be able to move forward with the construction project because look, the stadium's not ready, and they're supposed to move in this year. So that's the update. The Big C, it's affecting all of us in some way, shape, or manner. So obviously, LA and California as a whole, they're kind of taking a quicker, faster approach than the rest of the United States is as of now as far as what's open, what's not. But the construction will continue. For now, we'll see, in the coming days and weeks how it gets impacted. But for now, the Rams Stadium construction is moving forward.